My voice. Broadcasting from the Teddy Belanger Memorial Studio. Welcome into episode 125 of the Avetts and Beyond. My name's Todd Emanuele. Got Ryan Boyles over there, as always, in the co-host seat. And we have a fun episode tonight as we welcome in friend of the show, a couple of friends of the show. They've been here before. Jim Avett, you've heard of him. He's here. And Jasmine Pritchard is here as well. Thanks, guys, for coming on with us again this week.
Hi, good to be here.
Hey, it's good to be back. It's good to be back.
It's good to have you here. And you can hear us right now, right? We're having some technical things that we don't need to get into, but just want to make sure we're all on a good page right now. Jim, you have some big news. I was lucky enough to be in a listening party the other day where you played a few songs off of a new album that's coming up. You want to tell us about it a little bit?
I can tell you a little bit about the new album. It's been over 2 years in the making of it, and there are reasons for that. It is for an old guy, it takes a long time to get anything done. I started this recording back in late 24. Yeah, and I thought I could go ahead and and I got like 6 or 7 of the songs recorded, and then I just sort of lost interest and got into other projects, and it was put not only to the back burner but probably off the back of the stove. We picked it up again, and maybe 4 months ago, and Jasmine came to North Carolina, and we finished the recording, and she did some technical stuff. You lose interest in projects sometimes. I'd heard that AI was going to take over, and partially my attitude was, well, why waste time? If that's what it's going to be, then that's what it's going to be. But it did. That lasted about 10 seconds, because I will not give up to AI. I don't know what AI is. I'm not familiar with the use of it. I know that it's a big deal, but it's not part of my world. I sit down with the guitar and a pencil and a legal pad, and we go for it. And it's an old school way of doing things, but that's the way that I do things. So we got over that time period, we got 10 songs on this new album, and I discarded a couple because I'd forgot how to play them. They were pretty good songs, but you just don't. You move on, and and it's part of progress, and maybe that's God's way of shucking it.
That's just part of the process, I think, right?
I think that's part of it. But yeah.
Well, if those songs come back to you, you can put them on the next album.
Oh, well, we'll see. We'll see about that. I'm 79 years old, and I have said that this is going to be my last one, and I'm not going to say that out loud, because
oh my gosh,
you never say never.
Yeah, never say never.
Never say never.
There might be even if it was another gospel album, there's a fair chance that I'll keep on going. But right now, we're focused on this one, and I think we've got a really good package. Even if you need to buy this thing. One of the reasons that I was not real enthusiastic about it is I had to start saving money to put it out. I knew that I will never get my money back out of it. Singer-songwriters, individuals, never get their money back out. But it is important. It is an important process to stay in the game. And I fully believe that even if you don't have a CD player, you need to get this, because there is a pamphlet in it, and that pamphlet is first class. It's got the lyrics, it's got the liner notes. It tells you what I was thinking about when I was writing the song.
That's
It
awesome.
also has a little sketch. One of the songs is My Old Truck, and I was goaded into making a sketch of my old truck, and we reduced it down to fit inside that jacket of the CD. And
Is that person that made you do that drawing with us right now? I'm just curious.
Well, it's funny because every time he says that it's his last album, my response is, there's easier ways to fire me. You gotta keep
Nice.
me doing something. But I did say that I think it would be special because since part of the when he says he's got into other things, he's doing more art, and he does like a sketch or a painting a day at minimum. So
Right.
Yeah.
Is it okay that I show this at this time, or is
Go
this
for it.
gonna?
Yeah, well, I was gonna say that Jim left a little Easter egg by saying, like he moved on from stuff because we haven't actually announced publicly the name of the album.
Ooh.
So, Jim, you should debut it on this podcast.
When does the album officially come out? Let me ask that.
Digitally, July 2nd, Thursday,
Okay.
in time for first Fridays on Bandcamp. And I think Jim has a show in Kansas City on Tuesday, July 7th. And then the pre-Red Rocks house show at Morrison on July 9th is the official CD release
Right.
party.
Okay, so it will be debuted here because this show won't air until next week. So we have an extra week there, but it's still going to debut here. So
Yeah.
tell us whatever you want. There it is.
Oh, well, you're covering the name.
He's doing that on purpose.
Yeah. I got one too.
The name of it is Moving On, and there are two songs in this that I think they are in the lyrics of both of those songs or close to it. But the sketch that I did for my old truck is this.
I love that song, by the way. I've seen you perform it live in person at a couple of your shows, and that song, it always, makes me reflect on my life, and it makes me laugh too at parts where some of the
I
lyrics.
appreciate it. That song, like a lot of songs, can be understood on several levels. If
Yeah.
a song is a decent song, or anything created has value to it, it is interpreted on several different levels, from very surface stuff with no thinking at all to several levels down. And that My Old Truck fits that. It's not the Mona Lisa, and it's not the U.S. Constitution. It's not the Bible. It is not that deep, but good creative works leave room for interpretation. And there are several songs on this album that do that.
Very relatable.
Yeah, definitely. I love that the word crappy makes it into that song, though. That's my favorite part.
Oh, I've got another. Instead of that line, feel less crappy. I talk about you feel more happy when you see the smiles and the miles going. And
Is that an
it's
alternate
more
lyric?
it's more of a PG kind of thing.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, your kids are known for changing lyrics in their songs when they perform live, so you do that too, apparently.
Oh yeah, well, Jasmine can tell you because she spent hours translating and typing the lyrics and the lyric sheets in that pamphlet. And a couple of those songs I recorded 2 years ago, and I do it different every time I do it. But you can sing along. Just make up your own words. It's
Oh, but
okay.
that's cool, though.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
It makes it exciting for me.
But the
Oh,
album
yeah.
version then is a special version because it's like the way that you did it at that time. So I kind of like that too. That's interesting. You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah. So when I was visiting, I forget he did 2 songs that trip, and in the studio at Tick Knock Studios. And one of them was the Talking Blues song, which Todd, you also heard, and it's called "What Goes Around," which is just like a fun song, and it's a third. I mean, he's telling a story. It's not about him or his life or anything, and it's a funny song, and it's a good song. But I was there in the studio where he was like, workshopping a couple of lines here and there. And I remember thinking like, oh, I don't remember what we actually ended up with. And then he sent me the lyrics, and I was like, yeah, this wasn't at all what he said. And so I told him, and he was like, Jasmine, he was like, because I was formatting the booklet, this is what the pamphlet that he's talking about. It's 12 pages and has all the liner notes and the lyrics to every song. And he was like, Jasmine, like, it's fine, people will get it. And I was like, no, why should we have a lyric booklet that doesn't have the lyrics that you're actually singing? So yeah, I think but there was so much like formatting, I think I didn't see it till the 4th pass. And he was like, so are we ever gonna get this done? I was like, just one more time, let me make sure. So
well, I just want to commend you on the effort, because I, for one, am very old school. Even though I have a digital life professionally, I love everything analog. And so I feel like liner notes and even things like the extras that they used to put into DVDs and vinyl and all the things, all the hidden Easter eggs or the credits or all that stuff is like almost like a lost art form in a lot of what people release now, or it's just missing or like people just,
When people order the digital, the songs without something physical to hold on to, you're missing an awful lot.
You really are.
There were the pictures that are used in this album and the CD are phenomenal. Libby McGowan did a great job of taking pictures. We scanned through like 160 or 170 pictures to choose 8 or 10 or 10 or 12 that are used here, and that's part of the album. Like I say, if you don't have a CD player, buy the album anyway, because you'll like the pamphlet.
Yeah, well, I will say though that we did include a download code. So when you buy the album, like Todd, I think I already sent you yours because I have them. But along with that, so you get the booklet, you get the sketch, and you're gonna get a little unique code. So you get the best of both worlds, So.
Well, and I just want to tell all the kids out there listening, you can play CDs on your game console, right? So
I was just gonna say that. It's the only CD player I have is my PS5.
Yeah, there you go.
There's an added value. Yes.
I can listen to you on my TV. That's
And I was telling Bonnie is spending a couple nights with us. I was telling her and Susie a story about the guy that song, "What Goes Around." I'll tell you this off the air sometime, but this was a family of 4 guys, and I think at any time at least one of them was in jail.
Oh
but they were good guys. They were just living.
Other than the jail part,
they were just living life.
Good guys with bad choices, maybe. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I guess. But anyway.
So is that song based on a true story then? It just didn't involve you, or do you not want to?
Or like it's like a combination of all those people.
Pretty
together.
well.
Nice.
Well, it's not. It's probably 70% as I heard it. You have to tie up ends. You have to fill up cracks. Anytime it's like when I do art. People say, "Well, where is that tree?" Well, that tree's in my head.
Yeah.
They say, "Well, who is that?" If you draw a portrait, well, it may not be anybody. It may be a composite. So
Right.
so songs are too. Uh, it's not 100% based on anything, but it's probably 70 to 75% based on uh, true story. The other 30%, you have to. It's sort of like historic fiction. You can get the story from that, but it's not the quotes because nobody was there to write the quotes down. So you have to fill
Right.
that in.
Right. So have you ever recorded a talking blues like this before? I know Ryan, you wanted to
Yeah,
talk about that a little bit.
yeah. I've done several of them. I can't go back and think it up. I've got like 8 or 9 albums, and I once when it's done, it's pretty well done. I don't go back and I pick one or two and I'll do those. But yeah, I've done a couple of talking blues. It's like Johnny Cash did a boy named Sue.
Yeah.
Um, uh,
Or One Piece at a Time. You
Jerry
mentioned that the other day. I love that. Love that song.
Jerry Reed did. Um, she got the gold mine. I got the shaft. Uh, they're these guys were great at it, and I love talking blues. I think it probably moved into rap.
Yeah.
I think that's the modern answer to talking blues is rap.
Yeah.
Now,
Well,
if you're
speaking
familiar
of
with
what
Abe
you
Partridge, I was just going to say Abe Partridge has one of my favorite talking blues songs ever with the Never Stare into the Eyes of a Chicken. If you haven't heard that yet, you should look that one up. It's like 10 minutes long, but it's spectacular.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, you're trying to get the whole story in, and it without a verse, it's not complete.
Mhm.
And it's like I told you the other day in that listening party, I Seth told me that he couldn't write a song less than 6 minutes. That's really cutting it. And I'd fight not to write anything over 4.5 minutes. It
There you go.
the talking blues, you can't help it. You can't help it. It's gonna go.
Yeah.
It's gonna be long.
we were just talking to a guest on our previous episode that was talking about how he in his university class, he basically had to build a presentation about something he loved, and he chose to talk about your sons, the Avett brothers band, and he made a whole presentation. But he said the hardest part was exactly what you said, which is he had to make it in 5 minutes or less, and it's really hard to do something that you love in less than 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's like saying write a book in the Bible in 30 words or less. You can't do that
Yep.
and do any kind of justice to it.
You
He did
you
it,
made
though.
you made me think of something funny, Jim, when you just said that there's the composite and there's the different versions of how you sing things, because it reminds me of what Scott and Seth did with their talking blues that they did years and years and years ago, where they talk about in one of their lyrics they talk about jelly shoes, and then that lyric with jelly shoes then shows up in like two or three other songs. So it's like they were trying to find the right place to talk
Oh
about.
yeah,
I don't know.
oh
I don't
yeah.
know why that jumped out in my head, but it did, and I'm just like,
Well,
it's so random.
sometimes when it works real well over here, it
Yeah,
might work real well over there. So
exactly. So that's kind of it's give everybody a giggle if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. That's great. So you had a professional photographer come. I kind of wanted to touch on this. How long did this photo shoot last? You said there was so many pictures. Was it like 5 minutes and she was done and she just took a ton of pictures, or did
it's
she have you
it's
out there
sort of
all
it's
day?
sort of it was sort of like that. It was sort of like that. Um, there's a place 25 miles from here, which in within a half a mile of that spot, there's a lot. All those pictures were taken within a half a mile of that spot.
Wow.
And she, when a professional starts, she's popping them and popping them and popping them. And it's not like the old days where you're burning up film and you're going to have to, you're burning up air now. It it doesn't make any difference. So, uh, yeah, it took probably an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes. And a lot of that was moving around. Uh, you use the tricks. She is a professional, and she uses AI tricks. Uh, and I don't know what those tricks are, but I do know that Jasmine would say, "Well, he's got his phone in his pocket. Can you take that out?" And she'd say, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah," and make him, his hair is not exactly right. Can you fix it? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's really, I don't know that they can do anything with my hair, but
It's almost like you
there
didn't even
was
have
there
to
were
be there.
some little things that were done with the AI and the photography.
You almost didn't even have to be there, right? They could have just taken old pictures and put you in that spot, and you could have
Well,
saved you time.
I love that I'm here as almost like a fact checker because just it's so funny um because uh so Libby is from North Carolina and she's an Avett Brothers fan and I met her through there and her and I became fast friends. We met during the rescheduled Greensboro New Year's thing. I was there and it happened to fall like on around Jim's birthday, so I went to North Carolina and I was just like, I was when we were launching Patreon, Jim's Patreon, which is now a little over 4 years old. I was like, Libby, we need some new photos. Like, I only have photos of him like on the stage and stuff like that. And she's like, no, of course I'll do it, And so she came, and they got along, and she's great. She's really professional. And then I was like, whoa, you took so many photos. I was like, this is amazing. I thought, some sessions you get 20 photos, and then she was like, yeah, she was like, if he's not moving, he's talking. and and so after this particular photo shoot, I got a text from Jim. I was sick, I think, at home, and so I wasn't really talking to people. But Jim was like, "It went really well. We got some good stuff. We did 2 or 3 locations just around. Libby was great. Thanks for setting this up." And Libby was like, "That was a lot of fun, but I swear to God, he won't stop talking." He was like, and she was like, "I just took triple the photos, and I'll hope for the best." And but we got we got a lot of good ones. And I was like, Jim, she sent me like 200 photos, and then she was like, those are just the ones that I chose. And so with like the good facial expressions, and I was like, I want to see everything, because I was like, for the booklet, I was like, I need more of the background. She did a lot of like zoomed in stuff, and I was like, I need more of the background. I was like, it doesn't matter his facial expression because the lyrics will be over it. She took like over 600 photos.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, 600 photos. And then that's why it's just like, but it's cool though, because she got a lot of like action shots of him like taking off his hat and stuff like that. And so,
I've got an idea you just made me think of. So I think you put together a lyric video for your Talking Blues song.
yes.
You should take every single photo and make an animation, and that can be a lyric video. Ooh, that would be
Oh
awesome.
yeah, good idea.
That's brilliant.
Hey, that could be your seminal music video of all time, Jim. Come on.
I'll pass.
That idea.
Okay.
Jasmine,
I'm full of great ideas.
We can make this happen somehow. We can totally make that happen. So, Jasmine, you touched on Patreon. Can we talk about that a little bit?
Absolutely. I'm happy to.
Go for it. Tell us about it.
So like I said, Patreon just turned 4, and it's great. I pitched this to Jim because post COVID, I was like, look, you haven't been touring as much, but during COVID, he was posting a song a day, and not just to social media, but he was sending it to people. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of credit I think for Christmas or something, I had asked Susie to give me some recipes. It was COVID, right? So I was like, people are starting to cook, so I was like, Susie, can you give me some of your recipes? I was like, Jim, can you make me like, I was starting a recipe box and I was collecting recipes, and I was like, can you draw on like the recipe cards? And he was like, I don't know. And I was like, come on. I was like, I saw that you had drawings and stuff like that, and that you've painted before, because we had done a series called Sundays with Jim. There's 3 or 4 episodes on YouTube. They're about a half an hour long. During COVID, it was me and Saba Ghazi. We worked on that. And so I was like, I've seen the paintings, you can do it. And he did these drawings, and he ran with it, and he like started, prolific, and he's so good at it. And I was like, listen, people want to support you. you know. And I was like, this is could be another stream of income, but also like a way to build community with fans, you know, and supporters that like you aren't traveling as much post COVID. You know, I mean, everything kind of obviously turned. And so we've been posting. I mean, you know, we have like a couple of weeks that we've skipped just because of mutual travel, or one of us has been sick, or both of us have been sick. But I post something. We post something, like he does something every Sunday. Every Sunday, it's either a song, a story, an art demonstration, or a Zoom hang, like a virtual Zoom hang, that happens once a month. And we've been doing it for 4 years, and it's so much fun. And it's great because literally, like, some of the people who are on the Zoom hang, I wouldn't see outside of Red Rocks. I don't really travel that much for any shows really, if I'm not working it. And so, and it's great. We do it every month, and then Jim posts, and I think, you know, I think it keeps him creative, and it keeps people happy. And so Patreon, for those who don't know, is it's a, you know, it's a direct subscription. It's like a direct way to support artists and creators that you like. And we have tiers, and like if there's a $10 tier, a $20 tier, and a $50 tier, we just call it like the Patreon, the backstage guest, and I want to say like the merch collector or something like that. And so we have special, you know, rewards for the different tiers. That's how Patreon works. But even at the $10 level, you can, you know, join in the Zoom and stuff like that. It really is just, we wanted to, it's mutual, because a lot of people just want to support Jim because he's posting whether or not you're paying or not. Like, things go to his social media and stuff, and that's partially why I like supporting him the way I do. It's not just a job. Like, he really is one of my best friends, and he inspires me because with the art, he really is just like, just share it. You know, Todd, I was on here, I think episode 9. I looked it up, and I was like, wow. I think I was like episode 9 on here 3 years ago, and I was releasing my EP. That wouldn't have happened if Jim hadn't just told me, just do it, just share your art, just do it.
That was episode 9. My God.
I send out art every morning. It may be a sketch. It may be almost every morning. Not every morning, but almost every morning. And the first ones that get it is the patrons, and they'll have first shot at buying it. One thing, you know, in art or in music, let's talk about art for a second. I've seen both my sons work with Procreate, and they are excellent artists in their own right. You can sit down with a pencil. Any of us can sit down with a pencil and make art. Scott and Seth do an excellent job of art. But with a computer generated something, I don't do that. I tried it, and it's not my world. My world is all these brushes, and I'm surrounded by hands-on stuff. There's one thing about the art that I do. There is an original.
Right.
With a computer, there may be the first print.
Right. That's not the same. Yeah.
It's not even close to the same. Right. You cannot, I don't care who's doing the printing, you cannot duplicate an original. You cannot do it. It cannot be done that somebody can't tell that is a print. There is an original in everything that I do. And I don't sell prints. I may start selling prints. I sold prints at one time, but everything that I'm selling, everything that I'm doing is an original thing.
And you're putting art out every single day, and you sell most of those, right?
Yeah, I do.
That's great. People love.
Well, I've got the patrons. I've got the patrons. They're first. Then I have a list of followers, and probably my art gets seen by a couple thousand people. So if I'm selling it, there's a lot of people that are looking at it and saying, "I don't think so,"
Ah,
and that's okay. That's okay. That's
or
okay.
their internet connection is just too slow.
Well,
Yeah.
sometimes there's several people that want to buy it, but
Yeah.
the idea is to get your art out there, and I don't care if it's music, if it's visual art, if it's writing a story. The idea is to share it with people.
Yeah.
That's my way of seeing it.
Yeah. How
Uh,
many people do art of any kind, writing stories, drawing pictures, and they never share it with anyone? I mean, that obviously happens every single day, and it's kind of sad, right?
yeah, yeah, that's the idea, isn't it?
Yeah. Share it.
I was doing that. I was doing that. Jim was one of the first people to hear my poems with that eventually became songs. And you know, he was like, because one of the songs of my album was about my nephew who passed away, and it was very personal, and I didn't know how I felt about it. And he was like, this, you know, he's like, that's the whole point, keeping the memories alive, you know, and for
Right.
other people to get to know them. And so, and you know, it sounds simple, but when it comes from someone who literally lives by that, you know, it meant a lot. And I will say one of the cute things, if for the Avett Brothers fans who go to Concord, you can tell the establishments that Jim frequents because they'll have some napkin art on there.
Nice.
It's like little Easter eggs on the wall.
Yeah, they'll have some napkin arts. I'm like, I recognize that. I saw that on Patreon. And what's really cute is this one restaurant. Oh, there you go. Yeah,
I own some napkin art.
There you go. It was really cute. I was like, oh, did Jim do that one? And then he was like, no, actually, he was here with his grandson, and his grandson did that one. And I think, I think that's awesome. That's a great tradition to, you know.
Well, they say music is like what memories sound like, or what, you know, a place sounds like, or, you know, all those sorts of things. So I think when you have that tangible thing is really important, and it evokes something. Like it's nothing like it.
Oh yeah.
Well, how many times have you heard a song come on the radio and it just takes you to a
I went
place
to
and
see
a
it.
time?
Yeah.
I went to see a doctor last week, and this doctor is he's a world known character, and he gave me a book, and this book is cave sayings, cave poems that came from 700 BC. And he said, when you read these things, they put you in the mindset of somewhere or some emotion. And he gave me the book, and I can't wait to take a look at it. I think a good song or a good story, a good picture, does things for the human soul that nothing else can do. They talk about, does this reach out to you? Does this touch you? Well, yeah, there's some songs and there's some art that very definitely that touch me. They may not touch anybody else, but they touch me. And those that touch you may not touch me. That's part of it. That's part of it.
So you can sign up for Patreon and be reached out and touched by Jim Avett. So how can people sign up for the Patreon? That came out weird, but you know what I mean.
Todd's got to take everything and make it weird. Wow.
It's just patreon.com/Jim Avett. Patreon. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, there you go. There's the link. But yeah, we have a lot of fun there. I have a lot of fun editing the videos. And actually, like, if you guys want a little taste of it, just for people who aren't familiar, I think I have 2 posts that are on there, like, for sale. Like, you don't have to subscribe. You can, like, buy them. One is the 100th post, which is Jim singing with the Avett Brothers band backstage at Red Rocks.
Love that.
Yeah, it was really cool. I think it's like $4 or whatever. It's literally, again, like just the way the thing. And then the other one is, I don't know if you've seen this, like, it was a TikTok trend. It's like asking your partner 20 questions and you point to who
Oh
does.
yeah.
Yeah, so I did I was there. I crashed their Valentine's Day because I didn't realize the date, and so I filmed like 20 questions with Jim and Susie, and it was pretty funny.
That's
It was
awesome.
pretty funny. Yeah. So but yeah, we have a lot of fun out there. We have like inside jokes. We hang out a lot, and we make fun of Jim. And then we learn from him as well, like at the Zoom hangs. But yeah.
Yeah. I love seeing Jim in concert, just because you go in, you get good entertainment, but you learn stuff and you leave. Every time I've seen him 3 times, every time I've left, I feel enlightened in some way. And I love it. It's just great. Just great. So go out on the road. You got a tour coming up. Are you going to release where all the dates? You already said some of the dates, but how many dates are there? You're going to be all over the place?
Yeah, I am. I've decided that this probably is going to be the last night, the last Thursday night I do at Red Rocks. Uh, I may do a Saturday morning, but we're not going to do the traveling part that it takes to get there to do that. I'm playing on the way out, and I'm playing on the way back. Um, the idea is to get the stories out there.
Yeah.
While I can still get them out there, I'm going to get them out there.
Now you
Uh,
drive all the way out there, right?
Jasmine said every Sunday we've been telling a story, and I'm having to hunt now after 160 or whatever of them. Of course, that what I was going to tell you about the inspiration for what goes around. I can tell you some other things about those boys, but anyway, uh, I
That'll be the next episode.
I'm thinking this is not the last of it, but it's going to be slowing down.
All right. I don't know if Jasmine agrees, but okay.
We'll see.
Like I
We'll
said,
see.
there's easier ways to fire me, Jim. Don't throw it all away.
All
Well,
right. So
I'm really living on inspiration right now between Susie and the boys and Bonnie and Jasmine and Patrick and those that are closest to me in the circle. They're shaming me into going on. Uh, the patron thing, their support has allowed me to put out this album. Uh, it is a very expensive. It's an expensive thing to go for a regular person, uh, and it took uh, several months of what I could make on Patreon to pay for the production of it only. So it is. It's not. I'm not asking money. What I'm doing is I'm telling the audience, you need to support. If you want to hear live music, you need to support it. Uh, those people, they got to have strings, they got to have a guitar, they got to have speakers, they got to get gas. You can sleep in the car, you can eat bologna, most of us have done that. But if you want to hear it, you got to support it because they can't do it for nothing. But
all
anyway,
right. Yeah. So the album's coming. You're gonna basically premiere it on this show. We're gonna premiere a song, which is pretty cool. That we'll play after this is done. Next week when the show airs. And man, best of luck on the road. I know it'll be fun for everyone that sees you. Are you looking forward to Red Rocks though? I mean, you gotta love going out there. It's so beautiful out there.
yeah. There's 100 stories. There are 100 stories. Let me. Who was that guy that did? Let me see if I can remember the guy's name. Uh, we were in one of the green rooms out there, and we were practicing a gospel song for a show for Red Rocks, an encore, and I think it was a closer walk, just a closer walk is what we were doing. We were getting ready. The whole band was in there, and we were getting ready to go over at one time, and so we started out, and 2 guys walked in, and everybody stopped and started slapping each other on the back and uh, so happy to see each other, and everybody knew everybody except me. I didn't know who those two guys were, so we started the song again. And when we got to the chorus, it when you sing with your family, you sing a good gospel song, the harmonies just lock together, and it's almost magic. And these two guys started slapping each other on the shoulders and got their phones out and started doing videos and whatnot. And when we got through, I turned to Scott and I said, "If you need me, call me. I'll see you on stage." And I started to walk out and I walked right by the door where they were standing. And I said, "I don't think I know you. My name is Jim Avett." And he stuck his hand out and he said, "I'm Jimmy Buffett." And I said,
Oh my
"Sure you are."
Ugh.
I didn't.
That is great.
We don't run. We didn't run in the same circles, and he didn't have a flowery shirt on. So how would I supposed to know who this guy
And he was not holding
But
a
anyway,
cheeseburger.
he was a super. He was a super guy. He was a super guy, and
That's
that's
amazing.
one story.
Yeah.
That's one story that came from. They've been doing this out there for 14, 15 years now, and there's a lot of stories. But anyhow.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that one. I absolutely love that story. My wife was a huge Jimmy Buffett fan, so I'll have to tell her that one. That's funny.
He was he believed in the Avett brothers. He was one of the first, if not the first, to support Swept Away the musical, the Broadway
Nice.
thing. He
Yeah.
put $250,000 down first and said, "Do
Wow. I did not know that. That's
wild.
amazing.
it." Jimmy Buffett was a friend of every musician that is alive. He was a friend to you.
Amazing.
There's a lot of
Amazing.
things you don't know.
Yeah, no,
But
I know that.
those stories are right there.
It sounds like you need to start working on a book, Jim.
Yeah, right? Let's do that. Let's go.
Ain't got time for that. God,
It sounds
I
like
could
you
barely get
have a
this
new lease on
album
life,
out, okay?
Jasmine. Yeah. Jasmine, you can start writing with it.
Oh, believe me, I've been pushing him to do that.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
listening. She's listening. She knows what's
I
going
know.
on.
I know.
Do you guys have time? Like, do we have time for Jim to tell one more story? I want
Oh, yeah. We got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Because I believe that this started kind of like a tradition that's still going with the Avett Patton thing. But hey, Jim, why don't you tell him how you got Mike Patton in a church for the first time in a while?
Ooh.
Mike Patton is a good guy. He really is. He's a nice guy. And I think the boys always wanted to be rock stars, so this is as close as they're going to get to that. Before they started the tour, I think they had 20 some dates, and before they started it out, they met here in this town in Concord for a solid week. Every day they were practicing in a warehouse. That Friday, I was playing at McGill Baptist Church. They have a barbecue once a year, and this is a big deal. This is their fundraiser for the whole year, and I forget how many thousands of pounds of barbecue they sell, and it's good. It's good, but they hire me to come in at 12 and 5 to play an hour worth of gospel, and it's old gospel. It's hands-on gospel. The boys knew I was doing that. Bonnie was staying at the house that week, and she said something. Scott had told me. He said, "Tomorrow, if we get through in time, we may show up at your 5 o'clock show." And I said, "Fine. You we'll try to sing a tune together." So Bonnie told me that they had been practicing an old gospel. When peace like a river attendeth my soul, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my but thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul. They had practiced this, and they do a good job of it. The whole band, they came uh, into this church, and I think it's the first time Mike Patton had ever been in a church, and I think he was skeptical. But when we got through, he wasn't skeptical.
Hmm.
He told me that that was the best time he had ever had in that kind of paradigm. They
Wow.
came in the back in the back, and of course all the younger people knew who the Avett Brothers band was. The olders didn't they didn't react much. They liked the dad a lot because they recognized me. When we finished singing, I had a three-piece band up on the stage, and I told uh, the two that were with me, Allison and Patrick, I said, "Y'all are going to have to, give up your seats just for a second." So they came up there and we sang "It Is Well with My Soul." Uh, that song you need to look up and to see the history behind that and why it was written. But when we ended that, uh, the band left, and I kept Scott and Bonnie and Seth up there to do just a closer walk or one of those songs we'd done 500 times. But Mike told me after that he really was not looking forward to coming to the church to sing, but he really enjoyed it. So, uh, I'm not looking to save souls. I'm not looking to. This is not a traveling revival show, but it's good when you can do somebody some good like that.
Can I
That's
play
awesome.
something? I want to play a little clip because since you're saying this, I went to the Greensboro show and they play you. I think you came on stage and performed with them with that song
Oh yeah.
at the Tanger Center in Greensboro. That was really special, and I just want to show just for everybody watching real quick, just a little bitty clip of that because that was one of the last things I put on my Instagram, and it's actually a photo montage of um, so I don't know. That was really special.
That's great.
If
That
you've
was
got a
really cool.
if you've got a second, let me tell you the story about that song.
Yeah.
You can cut this out of the podcast.
Yeah, we're good.
That
We got
song
time.
that song was written by a guy named by the name of Horatio Spafford. He was a real estate lawyer in Chicago in 1870 and 80. He had he was a billionaire. I mean, he had downtown Chicago, a lot of property in Chicago, and he was a billionaire until the Chicago fire,
Mm.
Hmm.
when he was knocked back quite a bit. He lost almost everything he had. He and his wife had four girls, and they had a little boy. The little boy got sick and died. The family was pretty devastated. Besides the fire, this little boy had died. The
Hmm.
mama said she wanted to take the four girls to Europe. They needed a break. He said, "Let's go. I'll get my stuff in order and I'll join you in a month." The girls and the mom got on the ship. They got out in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. The ship sank and the girls
Oh,
all drowned.
oh.
Spafford got on the next ship he could get on. And when they got to the place that first ship had, and he had lost his daughters, where it had sunk, they stopped the ship. And he said, the captain told him, said, "This is where that ship went down." He wrote that song. So if you hear, "When peace like a river," yeah, yeah, attendeth my way. When sorrows like sea billows roll, there's a reason
Ooh.
Those are the lyrics. It's pretty good story.
Yeah, man,
That's amazing.
deep stuff. All right. Well, where do we go from here?
I'm gonna lift us up for
Yeah.
a minute to head this off. Now we have your Bandcamp. Thank you for that, Jasmine. So this is where we can find and you can get lots of Jim's music, of course, right?
Yeah, so I do want to say, so we have some albums on there already. Moving On is going to be available on July 2nd. And then digitally there. We're not going to offer the CDs until later in the month because basically Jim's leaving on tour and we don't want people to buy CDs and wait a month to get them.
Mm-hmm.
And also we wanted to make it special for people who are coming to the shows. But that will be available on Bandcamp when it comes up. And then I just want to plug one more thing because this is really cool too. Jim has a coloring book that's coming out. And I can send you guys like the cover so you can maybe put it on here. Sorry, I didn't like prepare it. But it's over 70 pages. It has it has lyrics on one side or quotes. I call them Jim-isms.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I love it.
For whatever that's worth.
I love it. Yeah.
And then it has a drawing and some of them, like he's filled in with shading and stuff, but there's lots of things to color. And this has been in the works for a while. And so shout out to Saba Ghazi, who just celebrated a birthday.
Happy birthday, Saba.
Yeah. She did such an amazing job with the layout, and she found like a really cool like printer to do it. And so we're waiting on those, but we're hoping that they're expected to get in before Jim leaves on tour. So if you're coming to those shows, you can buy that coloring book. And when he gets back, we'll offer it on either his website or on Bandcamp as well. And it has lyrics from past albums, and it also has lyrics from the new album. And I'm really excited about it. So it's just called Jim Avett's Coloring Book, or Words and Pictures for Life.
I love it. All right, put me down as the first customer for that for sure. I love that. I want to end on North Carolina. I call them the North Carolina Hurricanes. I know they call themselves the Carolina Hurricanes, but I'm very excited that after 20 years, and I saw them win the Stanley Cup back in 2006 with Rod Brindamore as the captain. Now we won again just a few nights ago. It was a big deal, and they've been doing these little phrases. And I just made one for our show tonight. My barbecue is swine. My brothers are Avetts. My cheer is wine. My cane's in six. So if you've seen people sharing those phrases, that's their way of celebrating. And everybody was so hopeful that we would win in six, and we did it.
Go
Canes.
I've never seen a hockey game all the way through.
Yeah,
I did a couple of these.
Yeah.
And it's pretty good. Pretty good sport.
It was thrilling.
It was a good series.
How do you come up with, you got people in Buffalo, you got people in Canada, people in New York. These are cold air people. And how in the world is somebody from North Carolina gonna win the Stanley Cup? They're all from
most of the players. Most of the players are not from North Carolina.
That's true.
That's true. But that's true for the Panthers, or that's true for the Hornets, and it's true all the way around. But anyway, I've enjoyed it. It's been fun. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, well, thank you, Jim, and thank you, Jasmine.
Thank you, Jasmine. Good luck with everything. Have fun on the tour, and get the album when it comes out. We can't wait to hear the whole thing. Moving On is the name of it, and we're going to play one of the songs right after this ends, the Talkin' Blues song called What Goes Around. That someday we'll get the story on that, not on the show, but off the air. So thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate it.
Appreciate it. See you.
Thank you guys so much for having us.
Back about the year 21, I'd had all I could take. Working hard, not having any fun. Everybody else was getting rich, investing and doing fine. I started looking around for a place to invest mine. I was ready and willing to go around that bend when a man drove up in a Mercedes-Benz, stuck out his hand, gave me his card. He looked important, that big cigar, said he had the perfect plan. Just invest my money with him and we'd go far. Proud to say I didn't jump right in. I'd check him out before joining the plan. I'd make sure he was on the up and up. He explained it wouldn't be straight to the top. Just trust him and give him a shot. As it turned out, that might have been a good idea. I was convinced he was my man, so I laid my money in his hands. I knew I was on the right road. He grinned as he took my money, said we were on the way to the easy life. Part of that was right, just not the us part. He bought new gold teeth, a car and a suit, said he had to go out of town. For me to just keep working, he'd be back with the loot. So I hung loose for about 6 months, waiting on him to bring back my loot. I started to think I was a fool. The days went by, madder and skinnier I got. It was late November in 24, I was pretty lean, pretty poor, working hard, thinking about that scumbag with my money. I got a call from Big John Law one day, said they had run him down. They had him in jail, they'd make him pay. Found out he had turned himself in, spent all my money, he was getting thin. So the idea of the law making him pay, I wasn't buying. The law said they wouldn't make him pay, and I had serious doubts. So I planned to get close enough to punch him out. Wouldn't get my money back, but it made me feel good. So I dressed as a preacher, they let me in for a word of prayer and discussion of sin. When I got in, it didn't take him long to see the light. The minute I got behind that door, he wasn't a big man anymore. And I can tell you that coward ain't much in a fight. Cops came in and arrested me for doing what needed to be done. Those knots on his head didn't get my money back, but they were a lot of fun. The Lord works in mysterious ways. So I'm sitting in jail with the guilty man. He's got his new gold teeth in his hands. I'm thinking how this all went down. I'm proud of myself for waiting it out. Me, there was never a doubt. What goes around comes around. Rich man does the dancing and the poor man pays the band. Just wanted you all to know the fiddler got paid this time.